Arguably the biggest surprise of the 2021 NBA season is the success of the New York Knicks, and in this video you'll see how they pulled it off. Hey yo, what's good with y'all? My name is Will and welcome back to Will So Trill Hoops. In this video I'll be talking about the New York Knicks and how they shocked the NBA world this season by finishing as the 4th seed in the East. If you could drop a like, it would be very appreciated as I'm trying to reach a wider audience and each like goes a long way. Also, if you like basketball, this is the channel for you, so feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a banging video. But let's get into it. I'm not sure there is a single person on this earth that could have predicted how good the New York Knicks would be this season. I'm sure some confident Knicks fans had them in the playoffs as like a 6 to 8 seed or somewhere in the play-in tournament before the season, but 4th seed, 41 wins in a 72 game season. ESPN is known for being wrong about literally everything, but they had the Knicks at 27th in their preseason power rankings, and the Knicks have completely shut that down. They've proved everybody wrong, being a huge surprise in 2021, and it all starts with defense. Tom Thibodeau's teams are known for playing relentless defense. It is just what they do. Maybe not so much for the Timberwolves, but we can see now that wasn't a good fit for Thibs. But New York is a great fit with solid defenders that are willing to buy in and go all out defensively. This season, the Knicks have allowed the lowest point per game average, the lowest field goal percentage, and the lowest 3-point field goal percentage out of any team in the NBA, not to mention the 4th best defensive rating in the NBA. They've been able to do this with excellent team defense and scheming. The entire goal of the defense is to protect the interior at all costs. This means stepping down to help whenever there is any penetration inside. It's kind of similar to the system that Mike Budenholzer runs with the Milwaukee Bucks, but unlike the Knicks, they give up an unbelievable amount of threes, in fact the most in the NBA. But what sets the New York Knicks apart, and the reason they don't have this problem, is because their rotations off of help defense is simply impeccable. If Milwaukee had rotations this good, they would probably win the championship this year with these. I'ma be honest, because that team doesn't have many flaws at all outside of Mike Budenholzer. But on pick and roll sets, the Knicks choose to run the drop coverage rather than icing the action like Thibs did back in Chicago, and this has worked out well for them all season long, and you can clearly tell by the numbers. Even with Mitchell Robinson out, Nerlens Noel has proved to be one of the most underrated free agency signings, sending shots back and protecting the paint at a high level. Julius Randle's playing the best defense of his career, Reggie Bullock, even Derrick Rose. They are in a system that is built to succeed. Even without any defensive player of the year candidates on the roster, they still have arguably the best defense in the NBA, and it is just simple as team defense. It's a team effort with their help and rotations that is able to shut down teams the way they do. Now, Julius Randle has been the best player on this team as he's having a career best season in almost every way possible in 2021. He's averaging 24, 10, and 6 a game while shooting a career high of 41% from 3. That's also on a career high attempts as well, so this is not a fluke. He has greatly improved his 3-point shooting, but he improved a lot all around, making his first All-Star appearance, and I'm sure he'll be named to his first All-NBA team as well this year. But also, I've got to mention RJ Barrett. He's been the second option for the Knicks and a reliable one at that, putting up 17.6 points per game while shooting a much improved 44% from the field and an even more improved 3-point shot, as he has shot over 40% from 3 this season. He shot better from every single spot on the floor this year, especially coming up big in the clutch on multiple occasions to help the Knicks pull out a win. However, the Knicks get contributions from everywhere. Derrick Rose has been a great addition to the team with what he's doing as the 6th man. He's averaged 15 points per game for the Knicks on 48% shooting from the field, 41% from 3 to go along with 4 assists per game. Not much more you can ask for from your backup point guard, and like I said earlier, it's the best defensive year of his career. With all the experience he has now, he knows more, and in this great system, he's giving his best effort. Reggie Bullock has been having the best year of his NBA career too, with the Knicks averaging 11 a game on 41% 3-point shooting in the 3 and D role, and emphasis on the D because he's been on it this season. Okay, that came out completely wrong, but you get the point. But in the absence of Mitchell Robinson with his injury, Nerlens Noel has been a true bright spot on this Knicks team, anchoring the defense like an absolute beast. Remember, the whole scheme of the Knicks Knicks defense is to protect the paint at all costs, and the final line of the defense is Nerlens Noel holding it down. Mitchell Robinson also has a slim chance of returning in the playoffs, so that is interesting because he's even better than Nerlens Noel. You can't even throw lobs against the Knicks with Robinson on the floor because he's gonna break it up every time. The dude is so athletic and he has insane timing. Now I should also mention Alec Burks. He's having a really good year in New York, but man, Immanuel Quickley looks very promising. He's definitely a draft steal. But the upcoming playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks is the next step for the Knicks. For me, I have the Knicks winning a 6, but this matchup has potential to go both ways. The season series went to New York in all 3 of their matchups, but let's be honest, it's not fair to judge that Hawks team based on those matchups because the team was completely different before a coaching change and they weren't as healthy as they are now. But Trae Young has really struggled against this defense. In 3 matchups, he has shot a combined 21 for 58, which is 36% from the field. However, one thing I did notice in these matchups is that Trae was able to penetrate through the middle on pick and rolls and get many good looks at his floater. And he missed some and he made some, but he got good quality looks, which is what matters, and that's something that the Knicks will have to game plan for. They cannot give Trae that lane and that space for a floater off a ball screen. Another thing is the Hawks trying to stop Julius Randle. Capella can't do it because Randle takes advantage from the perimeter and John Collins can't do it. I think Atlanta's best bet is to put DeAndre Hunter on him, and Hunter has to force him right. Not only force him right, but be prepared for the spin move into a comfortable left-hand shot for Randle. And if he goes into the post, Atlanta should immediately send a double team. That is the best game plan they can put together to stop Julius Randle. In the regular season matchups, they did not have the answer. We'll see what happens in this playoff series. It should be a good one. But that's it for this video. Comment your thoughts on the New York Knicks down below. Remember that a like is very appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more great basketball content. Speaking of great basketball content, here's 2 other videos I've made, so click on one of those if you are interested. But I'm out of here, and remember, keep on hooping.